what we thought we'd do moving forward with these fortnightly meetings is, because everyone's time is precious, we'd like to keep them nice and succinct. So Gosha and I'll have a chat in advance before each meeting so that we've got a little bit of a list to follow. And thanks, Sue, for sending in your question yesterday, because if anybody sends in questions, that's easy for us because we can look through them and have an answer prepared. So again, keeping it nice and succinct and hopefully within that 30 minutes to 45 minutes max for the meeting.
Beautiful.
Okay, so the first, did you want to talk about what we spoke about, Gosh, and we'll do the questions at the end?
Yep. So first of all, you probably have seen that Denise sent the manual in the group email. Rose, have you seen that email? Yeah. And did you go a little bit just roughly through the manual, just so, did you have a brief look?
Yeah, and I also printed it out as well.
Okay. Oh, that's printing it out is amazing, because it's sometimes, instead of looking in the email, that's really, really good. And I just want to acknowledge, Denise, that you've put so many hours, so much work into this. It's just, when I saw it, I was just like, when does she have time to do it? Amazing, amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I love doing that. I've just finished a 130-page one for the IV clinic.
Oh,
Gosh.
that is incredible. Do you want to come here and do my tabs?
Yep. Happy to
So
help.
in that email, there is so much information. Everything that we need is clearly, obviously, shown, like what we have to do, why the oils are so special, what is so special about the test, how to do the test. Everything is there. So that's one of the resources. And then what I personally like to do, I like to refer people to the website, because we all like different things. Some people like manuals, other people, just like me, prefer jumping on a website and send someone a link. So I will share my screen if you don't mind. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep, cool. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to the website. And that's also something I want to talk about, ECVX. In a moment, I'm going to talk about that. But what I like to do, I don't want to log in. What I like to do is to, for example, hang on, I need to go to, no, because I'm, just a moment, ZinZino.com. Just ZinZino.com. Oh, without my number. Just a sec. Yeah, that will do. So what I like to do, manual is one thing, which is really, really good. Everything is there. Everything is written. I love it. Another way to show people, some information to share is to go to explore. And to, let's say that someone wants to know more about a balance test and how to do the test. So we'll just go here, and there's so much more. There's so much information, and there is a this which we can save on our computer, the PDF, and then email it to someone, and all this, like how to read the test, how to take the test. So what I do with this, I just copy that link on the top, and I send it to people, and that directly takes them to this page. And the same thing with oils. Like if someone wants to know more about the oils, then we do the same thing. All this information is here. There's nice video about it. And I love this image because it clearly shows why is this oil different to other oils. So someone in our team mentioned that they didn't know how to interpret the test. And so on our balance, how to get balance on the Facebook page, I've done a video. I don't know if anyone seen this, but there is a video there.
It was good.
Yeah, so this video, hang on, it's here, balance test, interpretation of the report. So 7-minute video is not very long, but what I've done is that I explained how to read the test, And I believe that we really need to be familiar with that, because if we are confidently talking about something, people trust us and they, follow what we're talking about. But if we're not sure, and if we stumble, not sure what it is, then people also, they don't feel that comfortable. So yeah, just I invite everyone to this page. We talked about that. And what was the next thing that you want to talk about, Denise?
So I think we've just the first thing that we said was just know the product, the test, the oils, the dosage, extra information, the polyphenol burn, all those sort of things.
So tell us about the polyphenol burn, because not everyone is aware of that.
So essentially, my understanding with the polyphenol burn is it's due because the quality of the olive oil is so high that some people will feel like a little bit of a raspiness or a bit of a burn at the back of their neck, particularly if they take the oils neat or don't dilute it in anything.
Yeah.
And that's the best way of telling how good the product is. And it's actually should be popped around as a positive in terms of when people say, oh, I felt it burned down my back of my neck. You turn it around as a positive, saying, well, that's great, because that just goes to show proof of quality. And I actually did put that. I know there's a huge amount of stuff in the manual, but that is captured in the manual as well. So I tried to put towards the end, I tried to put down things about the products, things that people might bring up about the products. If you've got no gallbladder, if you've got gallbladder, if you're on a low-fat diet, all that sort of thing, just to try and help people, because what we don't want to do is have people misuse the product or actually use the product not realizing that it actually does have these, like that polyphenol burn, and stop using it, because we need them to remain on it, because that's what it's there for. It's designed to be a longevity thing, and they can't stop and start it to get the maximum benefit from it.
I love how you explain that, because what I do with the polyphenol part is that I tell my clients it's very likely that when you take it, you're going to experience little burn, and that's exactly what you want, because that indicates that it's a very high quality. So exactly what you just said. And sometimes I joke about it and I say, go to the kitchen, grab your olive oil from the kitchen and take a little bit, no burn. Even if you pay more for your bottle, there's no burn. And I watched this very long presentation just about olive oil, not from ZinZino, just in general, when they were talking about quality of the olive oil. And they said, this is the sign that the little burn of the polyphenols. So it's a good thing, as you said, and that's something that we need to make people aware as a bonus. Oh, I'm taking good quality olive oil. I did get that burn. And it's not like a burn, it's just a little tickle. But when people don't know, they go, what the heck? Why did I get that? And people are worried. So we definitely need to pay attention to that and explain it.
And I think it's also very good. There's a few very key points that I've come across in my learnings. And one is that it needs to be kept in the fridge. I was talking to my daughter and I've got her on it, and she was talking to one of the doctors that she works with who was also on it, and the doctor wasn't keeping it in the fridge. So I said to Carla that whilst there's not a huge, it depends, because it hasn't been, it's in Melbourne, so perhaps not so hot, but there is the opportunity, if it's not kept in the fridge once it's been opened, is that it can also get oxidized from that. If you open up a bit of what do you call it, oxygen gets into the bottle, and it actually can be oxidized and can become rancid. It's very unlikely, but there is a possibility. So it's best to keep it in the fridge once it's been opened.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. And also,
Could you try again?
That's my Siri.
it tastes better as well. Not taste better, but it's like easier to take cold oil rather than warm. So I found that, like, sometimes I go to the fridge, I do that, and I go, okay, that was fine. Yeah.
So the shelf stock's okay out of the fridge then?
Yes, they say that that's perfectly fine for it until it's opened, until it's actually the integrity's breached. It's okay.
Yeah,
good.
But I also find that initially, when I first joined, I didn't pay attention to that, to keep it in the fridge, and I had it on the shelf. it was in winter. It was in August, September, so it wasn't really hot. But even I had it on a shelf, it didn't get, like, the taste didn't change. So of course, always keep it in the fridge. But I haven't noticed any like rancidity or anything like that. One thing I want to mention, which is a little bit different topic, is that I got few of those boxes of collagen as well. And if someone would like to try it, they cost $100 when we buy them, wholesale price. And so I bought a few boxes. I wanted to mention this because we always talk about the oils. And this is another product which is very, very good because so many people are using collagen. And the issue with typical collagen then is that it's hard to absorb it, assimilate it. But this one is marine. It's from obviously fish. And they added hyaluronic acid, and also there is some good bacteria in there to help us, like probiotic, little bit of fiber. There is some amino acids and vitamin C. So there is lots of goodies, and it tastes nice as well. So anyway, I've got them in a cupboard there. And so in the afternoon, when I feel like I want something sweet, I just have a little shot. So if anyone would like to try it, I can sell you the bottle, like $10 for the bottle, because that's the 10 bottles here.
Yep.
So if someone wants to just try it, we can do that, or I've got a few boxes of them. So anyway, that's just something on the side. Yeah.
So I guess the other thing that's important, and it's just touching on the little bits when it comes to the use of the oil, and that is typically it should be taken with some sort of a food stuff or something that's got a bit of fat, maybe a bit of yogurt or something, or I suppose you could take it just after or before your coffee in the morning if you had milk in your coffee or something, but they do suggest for maximum absorption that it should be taken with a little bit of fat as well to help with that. And one thing that I was talking to somebody the other day, and I hadn't given it any thought, but she had been on a low-fat diet. She'd actually had a gastric bypass. So I was talking to her and suggested that she should be seriously considering using the product. So she tried it, and she came back to me and she said, I actually got a bit of diarrhea after taking it. And I thought, of course she would, because she doesn't absorb fat really well. She's on a low-fat diet. Her gallbladder's just going to dump a whole heap of bile into her gut as soon as she has it, and that's sort of like a laxative. So I just then thought about, you've got to split it, so split the dose twice a day. But and for the naturopaths on here, they will understand that, they will know that that's a normal thing. But at Rose, this is just something for you to pack away if you're talking to somebody, that if somebody is on a low-fat diet, it's a question you could ask them, or if they've had any gastric bypass surgery, then they probably need to be a little bit more sensitive to how they take it. But they can also, if they do have continued problems with it, they can go on to an Aqua X, which is exactly the same oil, but it actually is made of, it doesn't have the fat content in it. It actually dissolves in water too, which is pretty impressive.
I actually have 2 of those Aqua X oils here. I will open one bottle, and if someone is close by to my place, like for example, Sue, you were saying that you don't digest fats very well, then you could maybe try that Aqua. So please.
Yeah, I might have to actually, because I've actually been getting diarrhea myself, and I had to have a few days off taking it, even though I actually was splitting the dose. Because it started to happen, and I thought, that's unusual. And I thought, I didn't know if it was the oil or not the oil. So I thought, I'll just have a few days off. I thought I'd have a few days off, and it did settle. So then when I went back on it again, of course, it came straight back. So I thought, okay, need to split the dose. What I also
use is they are bitters. So I'm not saying you have to use mine, but any bitters, which is like globe artichoke and milk thistle and all those berberine and all those bitter herbs, they really help. Because then the liver is producing more bile, and then the bile is digesting the fats. So that's something that people can also use. And also apple cider vinegar helps, lemon helps, so all those things. And it doesn't mean that the oil is not needed or it's bad for them. It's just that ability to digest fats is not great.
Yeah, that's right.
Alrighty, so what's the next thing, Denise?
So the next thing that we had on here, well, we talked about the Facebook pages and everything, and I strongly encourage people to hop onto those Facebook pages. If you're not invited, and you just reach out to myself and I can invite you, but there's lots of good information on there. There's the two different Facebook pages. One's just generally about the product, and then the other one is just purely business. So there is nothing on there about product.
Yeah.
So again, I just strongly recommend people jump on there and have a look at that. And the one thing that we had a look at, or Gosha and I spoke about the other day, and I think this is a really interesting part, and it's talking about customers, so including people who want to use the product in their clinic, but they don't want to do it as a business.
Yeah. So I've learned about this not long ago, because from the beginning, Shelley, who is our upline in Perth, she was saying this is also customer business, very good for customers. And I was always like, I don't know, like I cannot, in my mind, I was thinking that I need to sign up a lot of customers on regular orders. And I thought, I'm selling the oils here. I'm not sure how many customers I can sign for regular orders. And then I sort of didn't even consider this idea. And then one of our business partners, he approached Health Food Shop, and they were very interested in stocking the product. And then we started calculate and how that could look like. And I thought, hang on a second, this is actually amazing. Someone like Health Food Shop or Gym or someone who completely is not interested in like looking for partners or not interested in a business at all. They just want to sell the oils and get oils for wholesale price and sell them for retail. That's the only thing that they want. That's still great. They can be our customer. And when we sign them up as our customer, they are not on auto ship. They just customer. And then they order products for their clinic or whatever place that is, shop or gym, whatever that is. And then we getting a lot of points from that. So let's say if there is 25 orders a month, which sounds like a lot, but when there is a big clinic, it could, or shop, it could be easily done. Let's say from lots of different places. It doesn't have to be one place. It could be our orders, could be their orders, everybody together in 1 month. Let's say that it all adds up to 25. We're getting 20% from that, from all those orders, which could be anything from 1,500-1,600 a month, depending what they order, which products they order. But it's a percentage from all of those orders. And when I say orders, we mean 8+1, that prepaid kit. Because what happens is that every time that customer place an order for 8+1, this counts like one customer. So when I order more products, this is where I go. I go to 8+1, and it looks like I'm signing up another customer, but I put my details. So I'm building customers under myself by buying product. And someone else who is a gym or a health food shop, they're not in a business like me. They could just be customer and they will be buying products. They won't get the same points. They're not interested in the points, but we all getting the points. I don't know if I explained this properly, but
yeah,
Yes,
I'd love to sort of speak about that just very briefly. I had the experience just in the past week where like a couple of weeks ago, I sent out an email to my thousands of clients base, and obviously stirred up a little bit of interest, because then I got an email back saying from one of my clients, oh, I saw that ZinZino oil at my, I think it was Healthy Life. And yeah, I bought some rather than actually buying it from me, as I would have liked that to happen. They bought it from the health food shop, and then also saying, oh, because it's my first purchase, I got $10 off. But that still amounted to being more expensive than what I charged. But nonetheless, I lost that customer as a result of that.
But if she doesn't have to go back to that health food shop.
No,
though.
I did explain to her that if she either bought from me, it would be cheaper still, or even if she did have a subscription, it would be even cheaper still than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just thought.
Sorry, I missed that beginning of that because somehow I was out. So can you just tell me the beginning what happened?
Oh, okay. So I put out a newsletter, talking to my clients about how amazing oil is, etc. And then I had an email just in this last week from one of my clients saying that, after you talked about that ZinZino oil, I saw it in my health shop. And I think she said Healthy Life, but I can't quite remember. Local person. And she said, oh, and I bought it because it said first purchase is $10 off. So she got it for $88 instead of $98. And I said, oh, we could have got it from me for $85, or if I signed you up on a subscription, it would be, $72 or even cheaper, depending on how you like to purchase it. So yeah, so I felt like I'd lost that customer, but as Denise said, she could still probably from that point on purchase from me, but it was almost like, oh, when it kind of had the feeling that I got when Metagenics suddenly became a retail product. It was like, oh my God, now I've just lost all my customers.
Yeah.
And I did, like not all, but a big chunk. And every time a practitioner only product becomes retail, it's like, or available retail, even if it's not supposedly a retail product. The moment things become retail and available freely everywhere, I mean, yes, the idea is the more people that have it, the healthier people are going to be. But obviously, I can't help feeling like I've missed out on that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a relevant and a valid comment. I think people that put in a lot of effort to build a business around a particular product that they feel practitioner only, that people are being like particularly with Metagenics and Biomedica and all those. Then if they all of a sudden launch it, I think with Metagenics they got bought out, didn't they? And they became publicly listed or something.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
If I could make comment about that, do you know which shop was it? Because I'm not aware that any health food shop has the products so far.
Yeah, I'd have to look at her email again, but I had it in my mind that she said Healthy Life, but I also had it in my mind that it was the shop that Denise works from. What's that one called, Denise?
Which one is that?
The one at
oh, it is. Yes, it is.
Road.
They do have it. They have it, which it surprises me, and I didn't, because they told me off a little bit because I had it in there, and it's down at Wise's Road, the Whole Life pharmacy down there.
Whole Life, that's what it was. Sorry,
They have it there.
Whole Life.
Yeah, yes, they do, because I remember, because Jacinta, who's the owner of the business there, the pharmacist, she sort of pulled me aside and said, look, because you're working here, I don't particularly want you having your own products on sale, like the naturopathic stuff. And I said, look, that's fine, that's no problem. And I said, so, but do you have ZinZino here? And she said, yes, we do. And I looked up on the shelf, and it was up on the shelf. They don't actively promote it at all.
That's interesting, because Rob, who was talking to other shops, they said that they will put it, if they decide to go ahead, that they need to have it for retail price, which is 102, I think, something like that, over 100, because they've got very big margins. And I thought, okay, if they've got it over 100 and we sell it for 85 or 90, people will still get it from us. And also there is this loyalty, like I get clients who say with other products, they say, oh, I've seen someone else sell something, but I like it to get it from you. I get that a lot, because people feel like, they're supporting small business and things like that. But look, it's just one of those things that we want those. I personally think it's a good thing for us if they're available, because then more people are exposed. It's just this network marketing. It's not so, oh, it's just here. It's actually available. And then more people promote it. Like, for example, the pharmacy in Cotton Tree, Formulae, they also have the oils. They don't know much about it. They don't know much about the test, but my clients told me that, oh, I've seen those tests there. And then that gives a bit more credibility that someone like them stocks, and then someone else seen at the doctor's office, and they go, oh, okay, so you're promoting those oils too. It just, people see it at different places, and that gives them a little bit more like credibility, I guess.
Yeah,
but I see what you're saying, so for sure.
Yeah. Well, see, they probably wouldn't have even thought to look at that bottle of oil if they hadn't heard it from me first.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. I want to mention
maybe,
one.
I don't know whether what your approach to it would be like, Sue, but it could be a good idea now that you've already just introduced them to it without spamming them, just maybe giving them a little bit more information if you didn't provide them with all the information in the first email.
Yeah,
Because sometimes it can take a few little,
that's right.
taps on the shoulder.
That was my plan as such, and I was about to release another one this week, and I've actually now got to release another email because, before I do that, because I actually have lost all of my reviews on Google, because I didn't realize that when I cleared some of my old addresses that were in my Google business profile, because I just wanted to keep this address, because people were sometimes getting confused about where the clinic was. My reviews were somehow attached to those old addresses, and I've contacted Google, and they said, oh, we can't find anything, so therefore we can't do anything by, so I've got to now put an email out and say, hey, all you lovely people who have given me reviews, would you mind terribly to do it again?
That's not good at all.
There is one thing, if you all don't mind, I would like to share something with all of you against sharing my screen.
Yes.
So I'm going to go back to the website. I think I need to log in. Yeah, so quickly I'll log in, because there is a special program. Just a sec. And I will talk to you when I get there. So this is, I'm logged in. I go to homepage, which is this, and then here, campaigns. I go there. And this is triple your rewards. So it's called ECB. Okay, so we click on that to find out what that is. And it basically tells you that how to qualify for this ECB from 1st to 30th of this month is that if you sign up someone with Ultimate Pack, you get 8 points. So, and other options like, if you, and there is 1 point for customer, and so you need 8 points to classify for this ECB. And so what that means is that if we've got 8 action points, the following months, we're gonna get triple points for signing up someone. So normally we get 150 when someone signs up. If we've got 8 points this month, in May, instead of 150, we're gonna get 400 for every person. So that's what it is, this ECB. And we need to be qualified for that if we want more points. And here, there's all these details, how we can get it. So if you get the big pack, there is also health protocol partner kit, but we don't do it here in Australia. So, they explain for everyone. But there is this description, and then they explain to you what is the enrollment credit bonus, and they explain everything about it, what it is. So it's worth reading, because it gives you what you receive when you qualify. So basically, the monthly commission will be ×3.
Great. Okay. How do we know how many points we've got?
Okay, so you log in. Let me just go back. Log in.
I tried to have a look at what some of my customers had actually bought, and it wouldn't tell me. It would just tell me their name.
Yeah, so you see here, can you see my screen? I go to customers.
Oh, yes. It's very small. I can't really see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so go to when you log in, go to your customers here. And then you can see, like for me, you see how the first 1, 2, 3, 4 are the customers.
Yep.
And here is what if they bought one oil, that's going to be 1 point. If they've got more, then it's going to be more points. Okay. But what happens is here that there is my name here. This one, this one, this one, this one. 4 in a row. That's my orders. So that's what I was talking about before, because 8 plus 1, those 9 bottles equals to 1 point. I got 1 customer by placing the order. So this month, because I'm running out of the oils, I'm also going to do that. So I will get, more points for this month as well. Yeah. So
that then really brings in my question. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did. I said you're talking. I wasn't sure whether what Gosha was saying before answered that or not. But I'll read it out.
Well, how about I just say it?
So when you've got,
okay.
I know your question. Denise sent it to me earlier.
Okay.
And basically, the question was, if we've got account under us as a customer, does it have to have auto ship? Right?
No, that wasn't my question. No.
Oh.
My question is, okay, so you know how if we're buying something to top up the clinic, stock, we're buying as a customer. But if we each time buy as a customer, from my understanding of other multi-level marketing companies, is that you have to be active as what's the word called?
The ownership.
The ownership of that business. You have to also purchase each month, which, yes, we do have that auto ship thing with that. But if you don't do that, then you can't get the points for what all of your customers have done. So if we're always buying as a customer, is that 1 bottle a month auto ship, which we're getting for free, for instance, or whether we are or we're not, still give us our points for all of our customers?
Yes.
Is that enough?
All we need to do to stay, yes. So all we need to do to be active is to have that 1 bottle. It normally costs 129 per month, and we don't want to pay that. So we need to have 4 customers a month.
Yeah. So 4 customers and that auto ship. Yeah.
And there's no other expense. There is no other requirements, nothing else. This is just 1 bottle, but also every 4 months is 1 test.
Okay.
So it's not just 1 bottle, it's test every 4 months. So the reason we pay a little more, the bottle normally costs less. However, we're paying for all the resources that we've got, because if you look at the back end of the website, there is so much information, and for them, it's a maintenance. It's like when you've got a business, someone does all those numbers for us. So I know it's automatically done, but there is a lot of work. So that 129 is for bottle, test every month, and the access to all this like a back office. But I personally never paid 129. I'm getting oil since I started. I've been getting a bottle a month. And
you just pay the freight on it.
Yeah, just freight. Yeah. And also, I just want to show you a cool thing, because I got so many Z-reward points that I couldn't believe it. Like right now it's 50, but I want to show you what happened in the past. Look at here in March, I got 1,550, and then more. The minus is the one that I bought the product. So I actually got, what was it? This and that, those 2 figures together was 1,700 something. And that was in 1 month. So I cannot withdraw that particular money with Z Rewards, but I can buy products. So I just bought capsules for that.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How do we get that money? You buy.
Yeah, so you see here, if you click on Z Rewards here in the back office, it's like, how do I earn Z Rewards? And it explains to you that you need to qualify for the 50 pay points a month. everything is explained here. What is the pain point? You know, like they explain to you everything in details. So we just need to read about it. But one thing also I want to show you, I'm just sort of jumping from one thing to the next, but that's because our time is running out.
Yeah.
I want to show you this. Why is it not? Oh, yeah. You see how before I was talking about ECB, which is those 3 times points that we need to get it. If you've got the green tick here, customer points, that means that I qualify.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay, so we need those. Yes, I'm active. I've got my auto ship. I'm active, and it just we need to look for those green ticks. Z for free. Yeah, I've got Z for free, and that's under activation. Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
So and then we can when we want more details, we go to home. And in the campaign, they've got everything explained here. All those different things I was talking about.
So Rose, do you have any questions at all? Is there anything specific that you would like to know?
Well, one of the questions already got answered for me, and I'm just soaking up all.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a great opportunity, particularly with your parents going into Bundy now, to going around. Once you feel more confident with the product, going around and talking about it to the gyms particularly too, and you know, just exposing them to all that so that they could then become like gosh, you were saying they could become the customer. They don't have to become a business, but that could be a really good opportunity. And some of the health food shops in Bundy too, that could be you know, really, really interesting. And look, when I come up, if you feel that you would like to, I'm more than happy to come around with you and mentor you and walk around some of the places with you so we can go there together and you can just get a bit of a feel for how you can approach other businesses.
That would be amazing.
Okay, done.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Does anybody else have any questions that they would like to ask at all before we close down for this fortnight?
No, I think that's covered everything I needed to know. Thank you for that. That's fantastic.
It's just like Gosha said, it's a matter of, and I know we're all time poor, pardon me, but it's just a matter of jumping on that website and just clicking buttons, and then, you know, all of a sudden you'll come across something, you think, oh my gosh, that's there, and oh, that makes it so much easier. So, you know, just do exactly that, and, you know, cross-reference it if you're one of these people that likes paper, cross-reference it with the manual, and if you pick up anything in the manual that's not accurate, please let me know so I can update it. That would be awesome.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to say, that when I first was learning about the product, I was just going through the website, every, you know, bit, whatever was there, not to do with the business because I couldn't understand what that meant, but just about the product. I was just clicking. Okay, there is one section which is called proof of quality, and it's so much information there. It leads you to another website at some point, which just shows you everything about production of those of the olive oil. And so it goes to the somewhere else, and then they show you like where the olives grow, how do they grow, how do they harvest, what do they do, that they use stainless steel equipment to press the olives, which is really important. Then they have special bottles which are not allowing the light, not just dark bottles, but even more special bottles which don't allow the UV light to damage the oil. And then it shows you how much of the polyphenols they contain. And because I wanted to use very good quality oil in my kitchen, I started here locally. I was looking for the very high quality oil, and it cost something like $160 per bottle, like not a big bottle. And, you know, because to get the equivalent to what they've got in America, that oil you can purchase from ZinZino, it's really expensive. So what we've got in oil, in our balance oil, is super high quality. So when I was researching, I was realizing those things. I'm like, oh my God, they take so much care of this product. It's not just any olive oil. And they showing you the equipment, the stainless steel pressers, and they showing you the bottles and the farm and how it's all very old, anxious trees and everything about it is just like, I was amazed. I'm like, this is amazing. So I initially, before I contacted anybody, I was researching, and then I was pumped, thinking, oh, I want to tell the whole world about it because it's an amazing product. And then when you know it, it's very easy to share because you know you've got something really precious in your hands.
Yeah, agreed completely.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else that they would like to contribute before we close down?
No, but I'd like to find out what that oil is.
Yeah, look, I can. It's very easy. Just you can say, put it in Google, high quality olive oil. I can actually send it to you what I found.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, it's just like I bought actually the bottle. I finished now, but it's a beautiful bottle, beautiful looking bottle. And I paid, what did I pay? 160, I think. And yes, definitely the burn is like,
The burn. Yeah,
but in a salad, you don't really, when I put it in a salad, and I was so cautious using it. I'm like, oh, hang on. I can't waste it. I can't leave it on a bowl because it's so precious. It costs so much money.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to try, instead of getting from States, I thought I just want to see how that high quality oil tastes like, because before I never paid attention to it.
Yeah.
So I can show it to you, Sue, which one I bought.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Rose,
Thanks. All right,
Rose,
I have to go. Yeah.
Thanks, Sue. But just
Okay.
before we go, Rose, just that sort of raises something. I was under the impression that you could just pop it on salads and things like that if people wanted to. And I raised that with Gosha the other day, and she suggested that we don't do that only because you can't guarantee that they'll get the full dose if they don't eat all the salad, or if some of the oils are still around the bowl. So it's best off just doing it as a shot or something similar to that, as opposed to adding it, unless you're adding it into like a yogurt and you're eating all the yogurt, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and lick the bowl.
Yes, and lick the bowl.
So if you say like a balance oil without any flavor or anything, would you be able to like cook with it and stuff?
Did you say cook with it?
Yeah.
No, you never want to heat it up.
No. Okay.
You just want to treat it as a medicine that you can add to yogurt or something. But the best thing is to just have a shot, because then the whole amount goes straight into your mouth, and the absorption is best in the mouth without any other food. Because let's say that you have it with yogurt, and if someone cannot digest yogurt properly, they will have little reaction. The body goes, "Ooh, I don't like the yogurt." So then the oil won't really work very well. So that's another issue. So it's okay. Like when people feel good having yogurt, it's okay. But I say treat it as a medicine. Just have a shot.
Yeah. And just by actually heating it up, Rose, just for your own understanding, that it actually can that can cause the rancidity and the oxidization as well.
Yeah.
So by heating the molecules that are all the fish oils, all that sort of thing, and that's what happens with the other oils that are out on the market at the moment, because they don't have that protection with the polyphenol. So when the body tries to assimilate it into itself, it heats it up essentially in the digestive process, and by heating it up, it causes oxidization of the oils, and then they become rancid. So that's the best understanding that how I understand it.
Yeah. Very good explanation. I agree with that, because when there are polyphenols, the body just can assimilate it better because it's in a proper form. When it's rancid, it's like a toxin. The body reacts to it, and it goes, whoa, what is that? How am I supposed to clean that or digest that? And then when it's our oil, it's very nicely assimilated, gets easily into our cells because it's in a proper form.
Yeah. All right, lovely ladies, we've hit.
Okay, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Bye, Rose.
Bye, Rose. Bye, Denise. Thank you.
Bye, Gosha.